This video has been brought to you by Sight to Heart Inc. Contact them for all your video, photo, and graphic needs. What it is, what it is, lads and ladettes. And yes, I do have a lot of Nike shirts. I love these shirts because they absolutely fit my chunky, nerdy body pretty well. And yeah, that's why I wear them. But today, we are on our final E3 predictions video, and that is for Nintendo. This one is a little chunkier than others, and given the fact that all these other systems seem to have the head start on the Nintendo Switch, let's see what the Nintendo Switch has got for you. And honestly, I want to say that they are going to open the show with Smash Brothers. Yes, Smash Brothers, and give us maybe half the roster, and then give us reveals along the line, along the coming weeks. But it's going to launch alongside the online service in September. That's what I'm hoping. They already said it's coming out this year, and I'm actually hoping that it launches alongside the online service. And yeah, I'm not the hugest Smash Brothers fan. I'm not a huge fighting game fan, and what this is, a fighting game. But I have a lot of friends who have Nintendo Switches, a lot of people who are excited to play Nintendo Switch. And yep, I can't wait to play this. I'm going to play this, and I'm going to go really, really good at it because I have more competition. And I'm not usually competitive, but I have more friendly competition than normal. So I can't wait to play this because a lot of friends want to play this with me. So after that, this is when they start to reveal. You see, some of these things have been leaking all over online, and there's been a specific sheet that said a couple games that's come out, like Fortnite, Killer Queen, Paladins, Diablo. I've seen, this wasn't on the sheet, but I've heard about Diablo 3 possibly coming to the Nintendo Switch, and Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now, I'm going to sit here and say that all of these are confirmed for the Nintendo Switch, and they're going to show that in the media, you know, because they're going to open the show really big, and then it's going to give us a little bit of buffer and just in the middle and give us that. And I say all of those are confirmed, and then there's probably some other games that we haven't seen or heard of that's, you know, third party to get support. You know, maybe a new WWE 2K19, and it's fixed. WWE 2K18 wasn't done very well. I'm hearing FIFA was decent, and it actually sold pretty well on the Nintendo Switch. It's already been said that FIFA 19 is getting a new engine. It's not going to be using the engine that the other systems are using quite as yet, but it's getting a new engine, and hopefully that's getting done well. I'm also hoping that there will be a Madden on the Nintendo Switch because 2K has done well, FIFA's doing well. Obviously, there is a want and a need for sports games on the Nintendo Switch, so why not bring Madden? And then now I want to talk about Bethesda. I want to say that I'm hoping, honestly, that Bethesda, I'm not an inside guy. I'm hoping. I didn't mean to say expecting. That they say, give us a Dishonored collection, all 3 Dishonored games on the Nintendo Switch. I absolutely do believe that this game can run Dishonored. It's a bit slow, more slower paced than Doom and Wolfenstein, so I think it could run it. Give us an Evil Within collection, another slow paced game, and you could also give us Prey for Nintendo Switch. And once again, I did say Doom in one of my other videos. I'm actually hoping Doom 2 is coming to Nintendo Switch just as soon as the other ones, because I do believe Doom 2 is in development. I'm not sure if I heard that anywhere, but why not? Doom, the last Doom, sold pretty well, and they brought it over, and they said they were pretty happy with the sales on the Nintendo Switch. And I'm hoping that we get all of these collections on the Nintendo Switch. Bethesda, you have had faith in the Nintendo Switch from day one. I'm hoping that you continue to give them your support. And yes, throw it over to Panic Button to give us some ports for these collections, because Panic Button, they've been doing very well. They've done well with Rocket League, and they've done well. I believe they're doing Wolfenstein. I haven't played it yet. It comes out June 29th. And they did really, really good with Doom. So I'm hoping that they're doing great with Wolfenstein as well. Now, Square Enix has said they're having their own division just for Nintendo Switch. That excites me a lot because Nintendo being a Japanese company, Square Enix being a Japanese company. So, let's get it going on here. We already have Octopath Traveler, and that's looking like it's going to be one of the biggest releases for the Nintendo Switch this year alone. And you know what? I am also hoping that Square Enix and Platinum Games brings Nier Automata to the Nintendo Switch. I believe it can run it because it's very similar to Bayonetta. It's just a bigger world. Maybe give us a bit of a graphical hit. I understand that, but I'm pretty sure it can run this game. I'm also hoping Bayonetta 3 has a presence in, speaking of Platinum Games, has a presence here in E3, and it actually still is coming out this year. Like I said in the previous video, that and Devil May Cry to come out the same year to compete head-to-head, two very similar games. We will see who will win in the ultimate battle for hack and slash supremacy. I'm gonna root for Bayonetta because she's only had 2 games, but I think both of those games are better than most of the. What do we have with 2 really good Devil May Cry games? Devil May Cry 1 was a big deal. Devil May Cry 3 was great. Devil May Cry 2, he was a little too overpowered. Devil May Cry 4 was, it was okay. But DMC was a completely different game. Let's be honest. Dante had the whole punk rock thing going on. Not saying it's a bad thing or a bad game. It's just not what we were used to. So here's hoping for that. And I'm really hoping that we do get Bayonetta and it looks absolutely strong. Make it a bigger, grander adventure. Maybe make it a little longer. I actually like the story to Bayonetta. She's a very interesting character. Now, I really think that Atlus is going to have going to show up in some way or form. They're going to probably bring some type of Persona over to the Nintendo Switch. Persona 5 is such a big hit. People are still playing it. People are still talking about it. They've recommended it to me, but it's just one of those RPGs that I just don't really have the patience or time to spend 90 hours playing. But I know that there are so many people out there. There is Persona Q and other games have come out to the Nintendo 3DS, so they have a great relationship with Nintendo. And I do believe that a Persona game on a Nintendo Switch would probably sell gangbusters. I know it'll do well in general, but I really do believe that it will sell some gangbusters. So I really think there will be Persona in some way, shape, or form coming to the Nintendo Switch and be shown off at E3. I also do believe we will receive some Valkyria Chronicles 4 shown, maybe not at the Nintendo conference, but there will be shown. We already know it's coming to the Nintendo Switch, and I'm actually hoping it's shown on the Nintendo stage. That would be a big deal. Maybe in a sizzle reel or something, but we are going to see some of that. I'm also hoping, this is probably a shot in the dark, but I'm hoping that Ubisoft, or Ubisoft, Ubiquitous Soft, whatever you want to call it, brings Child of Light over to the Nintendo Switch. They brought it over to the PS Vita a little late in the game. I'm not sure if it was months later or a year later, but they brought it late to the game. I would absolutely love to see that on the Nintendo Switch. I played it. I actually own it on all systems somehow. I don't even know how, but I don't even like turn-based RPGs, but given the fact that the combat system is a bit different than most turn-based RPGs, where you can tap on the screen or use the Firefly or whatever that is, the character with you, to slow down your enemy's meter so you can attack faster, I think that's actually kind of awesome, honestly. I would like to see that on the Nintendo Switch, or maybe even a sequel. Let's throw that in there. Let's throw that in the hat. Maybe give us a collection. I know I'm kind of flooding you guys with collection, but these aren't the only collections, so please hold your hats and stay tuned. Now, because a man can dream, because I would really be excited for this, let us get the BioShock collection on Nintendo Switch. And honestly, if they also announce a new BioShock, let that come to the Nintendo Switch later. Let us see if we do get the BioShock collection on the Nintendo Switch. Let's hope that that sells well. Let's hope it plays well and looks well, first of all. And then let's hope that it sells well so that we may eventually get, if there is a new BioShock, we may eventually get the new BioShock on the Nintendo Switch as well. Now, there's been rumors that there is a new Star Fox game in the works, but it appears to be some type of racing game. I don't really know what to think of this, but I'm actually hoping that there is a Star Fox game. If it's racing, hopefully it's very interesting. I have faith in Nintendo. They haven't let me down. They gave us Zelda. They gave us Mario. Octopath Traveler actually looks awesome. ARMS is an awesome game. Both Splatoon games are really, really good. I have faith in Nintendo. So please, give us this Star Fox game. Just make it great. I don't care what it is. Honestly, I would also love to see an F-Zero. I was going to say X, but just give us F-Zero. A man can dream. We haven't gotten an F-Zero game since, I believe, the GameCube era. Give us another one. Yes, we can be overcrowded with racing games, but Nintendo racing games, you can't go wrong with there. Now, I also do believe that there will be more Pokemon. Not the new core Pokemon, but the Let's Go series. Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. There is going to be more shown to us. I honestly did always want to say that Pokemon controller looks awesome, but I do believe that there will be more shown on these games. I think they'll be really, really great to see more content because I'm not 100% sold yet, but I do think that these games look awesome, and I do think Nintendo put a little bit of love in it, along with Game Freak, of course. And I also do believe that since last year, we found out that there was a core Fire Emblem game coming to the Nintendo Switch. We got Fire Emblem Heroes, and that game sold pretty well, and it was well received. But now it is time for a core Fire Emblem game on the Nintendo Switch, and we haven't received one, I believe. I don't know if it was the Wii or the GameCube, but it is time to give us a new Fire Emblem. It has been said that it's coming out last year, so hopefully at this E3, we will see a new Fire Emblem game, and I really think that these games usually sell really well, so hopefully we can get it in, and I think it'll be gangbusters. There's been I think that, something about them being pirates or something. This happened months ago, but I haven't heard anything about it as of yet. Since then, I should say. And hopefully that we have Fire Emblem shown and it comes up in a big showing. Also, another game that was mentioned, but before the Nintendo Switch even came out, I do believe that they did say Pikmin 4 has already been in development, and I believe it was 2 years ago, I want to say that it has been said. And we have 3 Pikmins. We just got Hey Pikmin. Everybody wasn't happy about that, but it was on a Nintendo 3DS. They felt like, oh man, Nintendo is back at it again, making these poor decisions. No, maybe that was just a holdover just to say, hey, listen, we are working on something here. Just take this for the time being. But I do believe that we will see Pikmin 4 here. It's been in development for some time. Even if it isn't released this year, we will see it in some shape or form. Along with Animal Crossing, we also received, I believe this year or in the end of last year, an Animal Crossing game on mobile devices. It's time for a new Animal Crossing game. I think it's been rumored. I think it's been in the works. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't really heard anything, but it's time, isn't it? When was the last time we received one? I do believe we received one on the Wii U, but it wasn't well received. A lot of people weren't happy about that. But yeah, it would be nice to see another Pikmin game and another Animal Crossing game. Now, as I said before, there will be another collection that I'm predicting here. And I honestly do believe that we will receive a Metroid Prime collection game. Because it's been so long since we really gotten Metroid Prime. We got that Metroid game on the 3DS. I forgot what it was called. But Samus really wasn't in it. She wasn't one of the main characters. The game wasn't bad. I played some of it, but I was just like, where's Samus, man? I can't play this. It was a good game. It was fun, but it didn't really have, the story wasn't really interesting. The characters weren't that interesting because you could custom make it, and they were in mechs. And I didn't really like the chibi art style. It didn't really feel enough like Metroid Prime. So I'm really hoping that we can get a re-release and an HD remaster of the Metroid Prime collection. I'm not sure if Retro Studios has said what they've been working on, but I'm really hoping that they are working on a Metroid Prime collection. And also, since I said Metroid Prime collection, to close the show out, we will see some Metroid Prime 4. Yes, Metroid Prime 4. Close the show out. And also, I do believe, maybe this year, maybe next year, but I do also believe it'll be having some multiplayer. And hopefully, you know, maybe let Super Smash Bros. Work out the kinks of the online, but the multiplayer will be online for Metroid Prime 4, and I really, really think that's what they're going to use to close out the show. Maybe they're going to have some unannounced IPs, but I'm hoping for all of these games that I've listed today, I really, really want a Metroid Prime collection, because I've never finished these games. I actually kind of got to these games kind of late. I don't know why. You know, I was a young teen, and I said, the game looks too grand. I always just had these unnecessary fears of certain games, given the fact that, yes, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was the first Zelda game I ever finished. I don't know why. I've always loved these games, but for some reason, I never really got into them. But if there is a re-release, a remaster, whatever you want to call it, for a Metroid Prime collection, I will buy those games and I will finish them. Whether you give them to us individually for $20, $30 each, or you give us a collection for $60, $65, $70, you give us a complete collection, to get us up to speed and prep us for Metroid Prime 4. If you give that to us this year, then Metroid Prime 4 is definitely happening next year. And maybe have some type of multiplayer in the collection and let that carry over to Metroid Prime 4. I don't know. Sounds like a wild goose chase, but these are my hopes. And this is what I'm hoping for the Nintendo conference. I will leave all of my information in the link in the description below. Sight to Heart Inc. has provided me with the working for this video. Lads and ladettes, that's a wrap for this video. This video is finito.